Hello, hello. Welcome to your spiritual revolution guidance reading for the month of Gemini. Gemini, this is your month going from May 20th till June 20th. So happy birthday to all the beautiful Geminis out there. Let's see what kind of messages we have for your month. What is a spiritual revolution guidance reading? Okay, well, there is a spiritual war going on, and you may have known your entire life or for years that you are being called to participate in the spiritual revolution, whether that is as a warrior, a soldier, a healer, a guide, or some other role. Or perhaps you are just, becoming aware of this recently and have been hearing the whispers. But either way, if you are watching this, you're in the right place, and we are going to get messages from your guides for this month of Gemini to see, what can you expect, what's going on in your life, and how you can really be a participant in this spiritual revolution. Okay, so we're going to get your overarching energy. We're going to go into a little bit more details and see what messages come up for you today. So this is your month, and we have a full moon on May 31st, which is the full moon in Sagittarius. And then we have a new moon in Gemini on June 14th. Okay, and your overarching energy for this month is idealism, which is the sun in Aquarius. And idealism is something that is a little bit foreign for Gemini because you are very logical, you're very detail focused, and while you do have this ability to be very creative and to conceptualize, really visionary, you tend to look at things in a more practical kind of manner. But what you're being called to do this month, in your month, is to consider what your ideal state looks like, to consider what does the ideal world look like, and to start connecting to that, because you have this ability to manifest, and what you think, like thoughts become things, and what you think, what you express, because you are very expressive and creative, you can literally create. And it's time to really start focusing on the ideal and the positive and start imagining heaven on earth. And then, I feel like that is really powerful contribution to humanity right now. That's the vibe, the frequency, the energy that you are meant to be connecting with. And okay, so let's get a little bit down into the details here. So your first card, your background energy, is the Five of Pentacles. And so what this tells me, Gemini, is that you've been recently, especially over the past couple months, the start of this year, you have been focused on these worries, and it feels like subconscious patterns and conditioning that has been instilled since childhood that is now coming up in your life right now due to whatever circumstances that you're personally in, but also the circumstances of the world right now with the war and fuel shortages and the potential food shortages and the grocery store prices. All of these things are really making you start to question, am I going to be okay? Is the world going to be okay? Can I survive what's happening right now? And can I thrive in what's happening right now? And this is causing you to be a little bit more thrifty, to be a little bit more focused on your finances and your resources. And while some of that might be valid, it feels like, it's been too much. It's been pulling you down into this frequency of scarcity, of lack, of worry and doubt and fear. There's a lot of fear that I'm feeling wrapped up in this energy. And that might not always be observable to the people around you. They may not notice that you are are in this, or you're trying to make it seem like you're not in this frequency. However, it is something that at least has been in the back of your mind, and it feels like that this is due to a lot of like the stories that you heard of when you were a child, or you have always had stability and structure in your life, and now you're worried that you're not going to have that going forward. Like, this feels like unfounded worries to me, and you necessarily shouldn't, no, I don't want to say what you should or shouldn't do, but it's not serving you. It's keeping you in this lower vibe when you're really being called to envision this higher and more positive experience and existence. And so your current energy and the actions that you need to take right now, we have the Two of Wands. And if you look at the character in the card, he's literally holding the world in his hands, knowing that he has, and in the other hand is a magic wand. So knowing that he has the ability to manifest whatever he wants, and that he is supported, that any decision you make is the right decision. Whatever is meant to be in your life will not pass you by. Like, you have the ability to create your future and to design your destiny, and to really believe in that. Like, when I see the Two of Wands, this is telling me that you have a lot of inner fire and inner flame, and your energy is infectious. Of course, you're a Gemini. People love to be around you, social butterfly. And if you are sitting in this vibration here, then other people around you are going to align to that energy. So how can you find this sense of adventure, this sense of initiation and creativity and creation in your life, so that you can help that vibration move out throughout the world? And I also see like some travel is possible if you need to get away for a little bit, and you could be thinking, well, like, how can I afford that? You can afford it. Do it. Because all that matters right now is the present moment. Stop, focusing on the past and who you were, and stop worrying about the future and who you will be, and really take into consideration who you want to be right now and what you can embody in the present moment, because that is what's going to propel you into the future and into this ideal world that you can envision. And your outcome energy is the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is about having that solid foundation. It's about knowing that I am secure, I am stable, I have the resources and the support that I need, and really leaning into that and trusting that energy. So I feel like the more that you focus on the present and you do the things that ignite your inner fire, the more you are going to see the evidence and believe that, yes, I am secure, I am stable, I have the resources, everything is going to be okay. And the caution there is to, like with the Four of Pentacles, we can have this tendency to protect this sense of stability, the sense of security, and our resources. And if we've built up this little nest egg to kind of you know, hoard it away into, like, the guy has his money, his chest of coins locked in a tower. And so he has this chest of coins. This is great. He has the finances and the support to do what he wants to do. But instead he's just like sitting locked up in a tower and not living his life. So that can be a vicious cycle, and that can bring us back to this Five of Pentacles energy. Of course, Four of Pentacles, next comes the Five. So by focusing on the potential of losing this security brings us back into that that feeling of scarcity and lack, which is what we're trying to leave behind by staying in the present, right? Stop focusing on the past and stop worrying about the future, and be your best, highest self in this present moment. Okay. So let's see what other messages that we have that can elaborate on this. So this is a message from the moon. And it's the third quarter moon. So this is on the way to becoming a full moon. And the message is adjustments are required. Okay, so what adjustments are required in your life right now if you are kind of like sitting in this cycle and you do have these resources and you do have this security, but you feel like, well, that can be lost or it can be gone in any moment, or is that actually going to be enough? Can it sustain? Can you sustain and support yourself? And that just gave me a ringing in my ears. What adjustments do you need to make in order to sustain yourself and to support yourself? And whether this means, you know, like starting a new project, embarking on a new idea, or partnership. Something that is also coming to mind with this Two of Wands is there is a partnership for you that can help you feel more stable and secure. And whether this is a romantic partnership, a business partnership, or something like that, I feel like that's part of these adjustments. Adjustments are required, where you can start to share some of these concerns or fears with another person that can actually, like, maybe take some of the load, take some of the pressure off of you, or can just be there as like an emotional support. Because often when we're worried about our material world and our material stability, it's because there's an emotional need that isn't being met, or there's an emotional attachment that needs to be explored. And there's like some shadow work there that can be transmuted, basically, is what I'm saying. Perhaps that you need another perspective in your life right now. What kind of adjustments? It feels kind of emotional adjustments, emotional, and the stories that you're telling yourself. And we have the creativity card. So this is a throat chakra, creativity, imagination, expression, originality, and passion. So what was I saying? You are very creative. You are very expressive and original. And it feels like there's something that you're really meant to be sharing with the world right now. And I think this is part of that Two of Wands energy as well, is what is that? What are you not contributing with the world that needs to be unveiled? Whether this is a project, an idea, a thought, something like a creative outlet. Like, I'm thinking, if you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you're a poet, if you're a writer, if you're a speaker, there's some kind of creative outlet that you are meant to be engaging in with right now and sharing with the world. And this is going to help to fulfill you in ways that are unexpected, that are going to help you to feel more secure, and to take some of your focus off of this vicious cycle that you're kind of trapped in right now. So yeah, I would really pay attention to that. And now we have 2 cards for you from the Herbal Astrology deck. So you have Reishi, which is retreat, and you have psilocybin, which is commune. So these are 2 like very powerful mushrooms, and I consider them to be entities personally. Reishi is all about, it's one of the strongest adaptogens in the plant community. And what reishi wants you to do is really to take care of your nervous system. So it feels like this cycle has been putting you in a state of dysregulation, and you need to really ground yourself and to nourish your body, your mind, and your soul right now. And psilocybin commune is really about getting out there with the community. This is what Gemini season's about. This is what Gemini is about as well. You love your social life and relating to people, and you're being asked right now to be a part of the community, to share your energy, and to, there's a reciprocity that happens when you're with other people. Not only are you filling their cup, but they are filling your cup as well. And this is going to help you to also take your mind out of these cycles and these patterns. And I feel like the more that you talk to people and expand your awareness outside of your little sphere is going to help you to see that there is so much to be grateful for, and that the world is abundant, and you don't have to be so worried all the time. So I don't know. I hope that something in this resonated with you. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them down below. If you want to go deeper, because this was a general reading, we can do personal one-on-one readings, and just reach out to me if you're interested or want to know more about that. And thank you so much for being here with me today. I'll see you next month.